in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I've got the magic in me.
My name's Jen, I'm a second year QTS student. Now, I'm not one of these people who use their political language or who is even that great at public speaking. And I'm also not one of these people who come across as being confident all the time. But I am dedicated. I'm hard-working, and I know it sounds like a cliche, but I'm really passionate about what I do. I was really unhappy at my last university. I was at Staffordshire University back in 2007 doing a psychology course. Now I thought I was going to love university, but I hated every minute of it. The staff weren't friendly and they weren't helpful, and the course was nothing like I expected, and I used to dread getting out of the car in the morning when I got there. Now I'm sure your time here has not been anywhere near as dramatic as mine was at Staffs, but it did change me, and I want to make sure that not only no one goes through what I did, but I want to use this experience to make your time here better. I want to bring change because I know what it means to have a bad student experience. So I want to improve placements, ICT facilities, and I want this university to text you if your lectures are changed or cancelled. And I believe that it's my past experience that will drive me to deliver the things that I'm promising. So I don't want to be a vice president that promises things just to win an election. And I can't be somebody that can look you in the eyes and just pretend that I've changed things. And I will not be a vice president who will leave things unchanged, unopposed, without progression. I want to be a vice president that won't let you down. So vote for me, and I promise I won't.
When I got time, I hit the stage, go insane, then jump into that crowd.
Hi, I'm Elliot Hodgson. First, I'd just like to apologise if you don't see me around uni over the week. I'm actually on placement for the duration of this campaign election, minus this afternoon. So if you have any questions, please feel free to find me when you can. Have me on Facebook, join my group. I'm more than welcome to answer questions, but just not always here during the day. One of the things I'm going to talk about today is just that there's a lot of candidates today who are going to talk about voting the team in terms of getting change, and I would argue that I would urge caution with this. I think that you need people who are different, because sometimes the solution doesn't come if everyone thinks the same. I think sometimes you need that argument, that different viewpoint. I would say that, you know, a full jigsaw is great, but if one of those pieces is missing, is it going to be the same if one of those doesn't get in? Are they still going to be able to promise, deliver the promises that we've talked about? Personally, with me, you're going to get someone who's motivated, committed, doesn't take no for an answer, is going to fight until he gets that change that you deserve. I think the SU needs to change in general. I feel that personally, I don't know a lot of the things that have gone on while I've been here. I still haven't been told. I don't think you should have to check to find out what's happened. I think that you should be told what's happened, what's happening for you. If you voted in, you should know, we should be able to tell you. I feel that with education students, certainly, and probably in other departments as well, I feel that the assignment guidance is sometimes subjective to one team, from one tutor to another. I think that doesn't give you the fair chance of actually, achieving the same as your friend if they're getting totally different guidance, and that's something I aim to achieve. And with regards to placements, I know how competitive it is in this area to get a decent placement. But I also think that if you aren't placed, it's quite an apprehensive time. You don't know what's going on, and you should be told. You should be communications to tell you what you're expected to do when you do get placed. I also aim to achieve better communication with regards to sports teams, fixtures, dates, venues, and also take an active role in the nightlife and changing events, as Kate talked about before. So vote Elliot Hodgson.
Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.
Well, in my time as faculty rep already, I've been in the role for 5 months. I've already looked into a few different ways of improving this. I've contacted a few different universities that already have a placement system in place, where if you're not placed, there's good communication links, and there's also opportunities to enter your own information if you've got links with the school. And then just working closely with the members of staff within the education department, I think is probably the best way to see that.
The reason I haven't taken on a rep role in my course is because one of my best friends was actually my rep for my class, and actually our year group as well. So in working close with him, there was no need for me to go for it. But I have taken part in a lot of the meetings, certainly with regards to placement this year. I was actually delayed placed this year. I was meant to be placed in September, I didn't get placed at the end of January. And through these meetings, I do understand the difficulty that partnerships has in regards to placing students. We are in the most competitive area of the country, and it is difficult. And I do feel that, for all the problems I do think there is in the faculty of education, I do think that placement, they do try, and there is a lot of, there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to get people placed. So it is difficult to improve it. I mean, they do vet the schools, that's why you're not allowed to go out and get your own schools, because they do want to make sure that the schools, you know, are decent schools and are going to give you the opportunity that you need and the, you know, the support that you need when you are in school. What I do think needs to improve, like I said in my speech, is the communication. I feel that when you're in school, I should have said when you're not placed, there needs to be more communication with those people who aren't placed, because it is difficult, but they should be given the most support that, you know, in terms of what they're going to do when they do get placed. And also, if you're in school and you do have a problem, I feel that from experience I've had with other students who've either failed placements or complained about the fact that the teacher isn't supportive enough, I don't feel that they get enough support from the university. I mean, you're paying money for these people to help you out, and yet they often seem to, once you're on placement, that's it. And I feel that that's unfair. So in terms of improving placement, I think that it is a difficult process to actually improve the schools that you're going into, because if not, the other unis will just take them off us. But what you can do is support the students more who are struggling, who have problems with placement in general. That's how I'd improve it.
Magic in me.